Hi everyone, my name is Juliana and welcome to my channel. So today I have a very awesome video for you, and this is an editing video and it will be very fast and efficient. We will be talking about lips, how to edit lips. So if you follow me or if you watch my videos, you know that I shoot a lot of beauty, and in beauty everything is about perfection. So if you have some portraits or you shoot some close makeup, that video might be very useful for you. Quick tip: unless this is not a close-up, unless this is something that you have to zoom in, and when you zoom out you cannot really see the difference, do not even waste your time on fixing such a details as like makeup or something like this. This is only if you can visibly see something that you need to be fixing. So it's just for close-ups. I'm just trying to save you time, because if you zoom out the picture you can spend hours to fixing, perfecting like little eyeliner and lips, but what's the point if you zoom out and in the end it will not make that much difference. Okay, so that was for the intro. One more thing, the pictures, the images that I will be using today are not my own. I took them for unsplash.com, and the link to the images you can find under description, so you can download them and try again, and try it yourself if you want to. Okay, so let's go to the tutorial. Okay, so here's the first picture that I'll be working for, and just for the convenience I'll be cropping it a little bit. So let's start now. Firstly, I'll do a copy of the layer, and you can just take the layer and drag it here on the icon with the plus, or I just have a hotkey for that. I believe it's Command G. I just have it on my tablet, so I don't really remember. Anyways, so here what we can see is the lip is very nice, bright red lip, but the edges are not as super sharp that we see on the beauty images, which is fine. That's how it usually looks. Firstly, before we will start, what I will want to do is I would like to fix this part, and now has nothing to do with your lips, but it's just kind of little bonus for you. So I'll be choosing a lasso tool, and I'll just get this part of your tooth, and then I hit Command C, Command V, Command T, and now I get it on the separate layer. You see I have a new layer, just this part, and now I'll click on the left part and I will click flip horizontal, and now I'll just move it before and after. I think good enough. And now I'll apply mask, and I'm going to get a brush, and with the black I'll just go around, and so there is the before and there is the after. There is the before and there is the after. I think that looks much better, although I find that I need to move it a little bit to the side. So Command T. Okay, looks good to me, and let's paste it all together. Command E to paste it together. Okay, so now actually for our tutorial, I'm going to get a new clean layer, and then we will be using a clone stem. Now for the flow probably around maybe, let's go 20, 21, 25, something around that. So that's the tool that we will be using, and I'll zoom in just as so, and I'll just sample next to the lip. Make sure that you have current and below selected. So current and below, it means that Photoshop will be sample colors, not just this layer, because this layer doesn't have any information because it's completely transparent and empty. It will be sample also the layer underneath, whereas actual image. So we will be sampling just next to it, and with the flow of around 21. It's good to sample edges sometimes depending on where you are. And just like that, you're just fixing the shape. So make sure that you sample the very edge, that way it will make it most believable. So here is the before and here is the after, and you see with such a simple easy trick you can just smooth down and fix the lip line, maybe here a little bit. So you see, it's really simple. With one simple tool you can significantly improve the picture. Again, there is the before and there is the after. It looks so much more defined. Also, with this technique you can make your lips a little bit bigger, you can draw on. But if that's what you need, for example, if you see that her lip on one side is a little bit not as puffy than on the other, which is totally fine, but let's say for the beauty shot you want that perfect, you want them perfectly symmetrical. There is the other way, the second way how we can fix lips, and let me show it to you on the second picture. Okay, so this is the other picture that I have, and why I'm choosing this picture, and I'm going to show you on the first one the same result, because sometimes, as you see, for the first picture I choose, there is this very bright lipstick and it's easy to fix it with clone stamp tool. But what if you have some picture something like this, when the lips of your model is very natural, or let's say even she doesn't wear any lipstick whatsoever and you need to fix the lip line? What to do? Because if you will try to do it with the clone stamp tool, obviously it will look too drawn on because the edge of her lips is much blurred out. There is another way to do that seamlessly and very natural looking. Okay, I'll make a copy of this layer. Okay, so for this we will be using Liquify. So go to Filter, Liquify, or you can press Command Shift X on Mac, on PC, I don't know which one. Okay, and here I'm going to zoom in with Command Plus. I'm pressing on my keyboard, and make sure that you the first one selected. And what you will going to do, you will just push it outwards, just like so. So you see, with Liquify, you do not disturb, everything still stays as is, but you can manipulate the shape. Before getting out of the window, Liquify window, make sure to zoom out and just check everything. Okay, so this is before and this is the after. What a big difference. And it looks completely natural because we didn't tamper with the image itself. Also, one quick tip to define lips, which I usually do for the beauty shots, is let's create a new layer. Go layer, new layer, or Shift Command N, and here we will going to choose to mode soft light and click fill with soft light neutral color 50% gray. Okay, and now we have gray color layer. It is still empty, but what happened, why is it 50% gray? It will darken everything that darker than 50% gray and lighter everything that lighter percent gray. And then we will going to choose dodge tool, and I'm going to, that's what I do, and I choose exposure, maybe, I don't know, 17%, 20%, really depend on your image, depend on the amount and intensity shadows and lights. And I will just go around and define it a little bit. And with Alt, now the great thing, you don't have to go in between here, between Dodge and Burn tool. You can just stay on Dodge and press Alt when you need to burn it. So let me show you. Now there is Dodge. You see, I'm dodging. I'm just pressing Alt. I do not change anything, just pressing Alt. Now you can see I'm burning. That's very convenient and very easy to do. So you don't need to swipe in between. I mean, it's easy to swipe in between. So you just go, oh, there's too much exposure. Let's go 30. So I would go with Dodge around the lips shade, just like so. And with Burn just around the edge to define it more. Just around the corners. And remember, do not overdo it, make it lightly. Maybe darker corners. Okay, so here's the before and here's the after. Let's say again. So there is the original image and there is after our very quick manipulation. Looks so much more defined, and yet it still looks really natural because we didn't do anything to the natural edge of her lip. Her lips still look very natural and just perfectly symmetrical and perfectly nice. So let's do the same thing with this image as well. Filter, Liquify, and again let's just, and I prefer usually zoom in, it's just easier and do not work with the very large. And let's zoom out. Also, one more trick when you do, I rarely use it, but sometimes you can. So if you go with the face aware, so probably it looks something like this. So go to the face aware Liquify, and there is, you can change eyes, nose, mouth, face shape. Yeah, this is a very great, I think it's edition after 2019 and 2020. So face shape, you can, not face shape, mouth. So you can add smile. This is very neat. And you can also make upper lip bigger, lower lip bigger or smaller depending on what you want. So this is also, so after you can make your mouth more or less, and you can make it higher and smaller. So you can really play around if that's what you need. But again, if you need to go freehand, and unless there is not even shape to you, first you have to even up yourself with freehand, and then you can play around with these sliders, which is very, very neat as well. So let's see, this is the before and this is the after. Very subtle change. Let's hit OK. But look, it looks so much, just as any beauty shot, it's just all about perfection, and it just looks more perfect now. So here was two techniques. So remember, clone stamp tool is great to define the edge of the makeup if the makeup does not apply it very evenly, or just to perfect it. And the Liquify tool will help you with the shape and make it just all perfectly symmetrical or even, or whatever it is you need. So that was all for the tutorial. Hopefully you enjoyed and find it useful. Please thumbs up if you did, share the knowledge with everyone else, and subscribe if you haven't already. Comment down below, did you find it useful, or if you have any other ideas for me to make my future videos about. And if you want to see more of my photography, please visit me and follow on Instagram. It's at juliana_g_photo, and I really hope to see you next time. Bye!